My name is Philaiwal. Today I'm going to discuss about how learning a second language affects adults. Let me share you some information from my research paper. Let's talk about introductions. As you guys know that learning a second language confronts a lot of challenges. Some people have more proficiency of learning and be able to acquire, understand words and phrases faster than other people. It is believed that children can learn second language better than adults. In some people's perspective, learning a second language is significantly difficult because it's like to shocking themselves into new country and adapt new culture. This presentation will be focusing on three factors, which is the processing pattern of brain, age, and proficiency. Let's talk about background. Learning a second language seems to be difficult for adults. Let me tell you, research from Morgan University of Chicago states that adults may not learn second language by using the same neurocognitive mechanism as children learning on their first language. The results of brain processing second language for adults indicates that in some aspects of language, such as grammar, is still difficult to learn for adults. According to Baker, Brigham Young University of USA also stated that evaluate that age effect on the proficiency of learning a second language. There is a small opportunity that the learner will be capable to create a new vowel. The researcher has done many tests about 64 people, both children and adults, that can speak English and Korean. From this experiment, the researcher has concluded that Korean children are better to create a vowel. The researcher also has evidence to conclude that children are better to learn second language than adults. Let's talk about the differences of processing pattern of brain. Adults and children stimulate different brain patterns. According to Bradley and Schlager from Washington University School of Medicine in St. Louis, state that, as you can see at the picture, when human brain full grow, adults are likely to use red area more often. They scan 95 subjects with functional magnetic resonance imaging in the scanner. They show that brain processing in adults and kids respond differently from hearing the test. Bradley and Schlager also state that snapshot of the activity of their brain by fMRI scanner are taken after they saw and hear a test word were able to speak the correct response. The fMRI scanner received an overview of brain activity and the scanner accentuated change in level oxygen in blood that are related to local change in brain function between adults and kids. According to White, have survey relating to the way of learning English language in adults. They begin with first language system, and then the important step is the transferring knowledge from first language to second language perform. The correct transferring of knowledge is the most basic step of learning and using second language. It is depending on likeness between two languages, such as phonetic grammatical form. However, transferring could be problem if the system first language and second language do not match each other. It may cause problem in acquisition of a second language. Let's move on the development of change of the white matter in the brain. Let me tell you research from Philaiwal from Journal of Cognitive Neuroscience. They used 9 weeks to prepare the test on the neurocognitive process, which have to apply event-related potential electric waves in order to capture the nervous system. The research also states that from the analysis of the structure of the brain for adults in long-term learning process, it tends to be complex. The research exemplar image scanning which show that the white matter in the brain of adults has continued systematized on many sites when adults learn a new language. And the research indicate that development of change in the white matter is related to the traditional left and right hemisphere language areas analogs. This research appeals that the plastic structure of white matter are important in learning language for adults and cognitive process of the brain. Adaptation. The brain processing in children seem to be very adaptive comparing to adult brain. Let me tell you research from Chino, University of California has stated that statistical survey has found that infants are capable to classify statistical qualification of the speech input automatically while they are sleeping. Therefore, this shows that brain processing in baby candidates and extend the word in some syllables continually. The result of this research show that newborns can learn second language proficiently during the transition. They can detect, extend the words and can also separate a single word from the natural fluent speech. The effect of motivation and perseverance on second language acquisition. Let me tell you research from Calimero University Journal of Social Science has stated that researchers in the field applied linguistics have demand for inspiration in learning second language. They state that students who have least talent but have highly motivation can be more successful than students who are smart and do not receive a good motivation. According to Duckworth in TED Talk, state that perseverance is the important factor in learning. However, studying in the classroom is difficult, but if we have enough perseverance and work hard in learning, so learning a second language will be not difficult. Based on my life experience, I'm not having an excellent academic grade. As an English major, I think that learning a second language is difficult for me. However, I still hold the view that diligence and perseverance can help us to reach the success. So we have to practice it every day. When there is someone looking down on us. We can make it to be our energy to propel ourselves to be a better person in every day. In conclusion, there are many ways that learning a second language can affect adults. The processing pattern of brain age and proficiency can significantly affect adults when they learn second language. These factors are significantly influenced for achievement that learning a second language